Number 55 in the middle, hosting the block party tonight. Let's see how many invites he sends out, right?
Okay, here we go.
And Central Oregon controls the tip-off. Your starters for the Hot Shots: Chris Session, number 35, number 23, Hassan Stewart, number 33, Jordan Gregg, number 22, Justin Lockhart, and number 5, Tony Akpan. For your Volcanoes, 4-4 on the season: Alex Hartman, number 15 at forward, Andre Murray, 29 points a game at guard. The other guard, Damon King, 23, 32, Devin Yuskoski, 55, Bryson McKenzie. And finishing things out, well, it looks like the starters changed. Pip Bledsoe's in, Damon King is out. Is that your doing, Gary?
It had nothing to do with that. I thought that was you, Mike.
And a foul on the play as we just get going, and it's 2-0 in favor of the Central Oregon Hot Shots. And Gary, I was telling you before what I was reading on the Hot Shots, this year was kind of a year of transition for them. They went a little away from like the more local players, and they were trying to go in, bringing in guys to get the stats, to get the numbers for a possible overseas job.
Well, I'll tell you, the Hot Shots, as I looked at their roster in the colleges, a lot of them played at small private colleges across the country. But you look at one of those names, Hamilton College, and we'll talk a little bit about what do you think Hamilton College is?
Sure. I'm not quite sure, but what I am sure of is Devin Yuskoski hit the second free throw. It closes the gap to 2-1 Hot Shots, 11:17 to go in your opening quarter. For the shot, that's number 40. No good. Pip Bledsoe controls it. There's Alex Hartman on the wing. He wants to take his man. Not quite, but he gets his own rebound. Very good hustle. Andre Murray, let's see if he gets his first points of the night.
Oh!
Not quite. Not quite. Gary, he makes a living driving to the basket, doesn't he?
He does. He was doing that at Portland State in the 2008-2009 years when they went to the NCAA tournaments.
Basket good by the Hot Shots. 4-1 in favor of the Hot Shots. 10:35 to go. And Pip Bledsoe going to the hole, count the bucket. First basket of the night for the Volcanoes, Pip Bledsoe. And on the year, Gary, Bledsoe 12.7 points, 5.4 rebounds, 2 assists a game. Pretty much what you expect from Pip, huh?
Absolutely. Mr. Consistent, and he'll make the Hall of Fame for the IBL someday, too.
And he's actually the number 2 scorer all time in IBL history. He missed the shot, but number 55, Bryson McKenzie, he played cleanup on aisle 11. Bledsoe with the steal. He's good for one of those a game.
Yep.
I told you, but he didn't put that down. Hot Shots recover. Three-pointer is good for number 4 for the Hot Shots. That puts it 7-5 in favor of the Hot Shots. Andre Murray over to Bledsoe. Let's see what kind of offense they run. Alex Hartman cutting underneath. And it is Volcano basketball. So, Gary, the last Volcanoes game, a tough overtime loss in Yamhill. In overtime, 123-122. Crazy.
It was a crazy game. It was, all the way nip and tuck, and unfortunately we came out on the wrong side of that, but I think we'll come back tonight.
Yeah, well, in the Volcanoes tomorrow, they got to board an RV to go to Vancouver, BC. Andre Murray with the steal and the deal. First bucket of the night for the Volcanoes' leading scorer, and he's still right up there with IBL leading scorers. Actually, 30 points a game. I said 29 points. Shame on me.
Well,
it's 30.
Second leading scorer in the IBL. There he goes.
Speaking of that, a steal, but he gives it up. Dunk, dunk, dunk. Alex Hartman, local product, Concordia University. Nice assist for Mr. Andre Murray. And the signs go up.
And I think tonight is sign night.
Yeah, what does that say anyway? A something. Okay, Gary, your job is to find out what that sign says.
All right.
And right now, Hot Shots with the ball. It's off. Foul on the Hot Shots. And it's Volcano basketball.
This is what I love about the IBL. The fans right there in front, they can talk right to the players.
Yes, definitely. And they love being part of that home crowd and that energy. That's always the fun thing about it. Volcanoes take the inbound. Andre Murray for a three. The ball's batted around a few times. Yuskoski and McKenzie had cracks at it, but not quite.
And Kano's already active. He's off his leash.
That he is. And you should see him dance. That's all I got to say.
Okay.
You should see him dance.
Can't wait.
He does it. He does it. So the Hot Shots entering the ball in there. Ball, it's stolen by guess who? Qtr May, ladies and gentlemen. The rim wasn't being too cooperative, Gary, but he had just enough to get it in. Well, a couple of steals already tonight.
He's right on track.
Alex Hartman said, no, 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 to Jordan Gregg. Not in our house tonight. Volcanoes retake control. And that was just what my X factor was, Gary, controlling the paint. The Hot Shots ran that high post. They had a chance at the easy dunk. It didn't happen.
Well, they're certainly playing a lot more aggressive already tonight than their season opener.
Agreed totally. The ball is loose. Pip was trying to tip it, but no chance. Number 40 recovers it and puts it in. Closes the gap. Volcanoes 11, Hot Shots 9. 7:47 to go in your first quarter. So, Gary, like you said, they're playing loose. What have you noticed about it? What's been telling you that it's a looser game tonight?
Well, they're just, they're playing their game. They're fast breaking, they're running, they're setting up the plays, whereas last week it almost looked like they had to think about what they were going to do. And I think they're adjusting with their teammates as well.
McKenzie rebounds the missed three-point. Here comes Qtr May. Wanted to get something down low, but no luck. Resets the play.
Looks like the Volcanoes are going in their half court.
Bledsoe out at the three line. Let's see what goes on. Hartman wants to take to the rack.
Oh, woo!
Wow. Tomahawk on the warpath tonight. Alex Hartman. Two dunks.
He's
already.
He's feeling it already, Mike.
Yeah, that's getting the crowd going. A couple of signs are coming up. So it's a good start, isn't it, tonight?
Absolutely.
And a turnover by the Hot Shot.
And the Volcanoes pick up on the loose ball as well.
And probably they're carrying over from the game against the High Flyers in overtime. It kind of carries over that momentum, and it certainly looks like it has today.
Definitely. Yuskoski, the soft runner, no good. Ball's tipped around. Recovered by Jordan Gregg. He goes up ahead to number 40 for the layup.
Now, Jordan Gregg's one of the players they're going to have to contain. He's averaging, 11 points a game.
11 rebounds and 23.6 points.
11 rebounds.
Yeah,
yes.
he can fill it up. Qtr May, speaking of filling it up, dialing the long distance from out in the parking lot, Gary. He was out there on that one.
Yeah, he's on the pace to do his season average at least.
But look at Jordan Gregg, just what we were talking about. He answers right back. And, Gary, the one thing I noticed about him, he's one of those guys where you look at him and it's like a ball player, really. Very skilled.
Right.
Very skilled.
Right.
A lot of passing and a lot of ball handling skills for a guy of his height.
Yeah, he's deceiving that way.
And late foul on the play. Pip Bledsoe looks like he's going to be going to the line.
Foul against the Central Oregon Hot Shots. Looks like Kevin Pip Bledsoe will be shooting two.
Well, Pip's having a good year so far, and I think he's just going to keep getting better as the season progresses.
Well, and he's very consistent. Points, rebounds, he still gets the assist, and he gets that steal, 1 or 2 a game right down there. So his game just continues to go.
And we have a timeout.
And now we're looking at a timeout. 5:49 left in the first quarter. Your Volcanoes 16, Central Oregon Hot Shots 14.
All right, we're back here 17-14 with 5:48 left in the first quarter, Mike.
Sounds very good, and a couple of nice breakaways for Qtr May and Hartman, so the running game's getting going for the Volcanoes. McKenzie collects the rebound, goes up to Qtr May, and let's see what he wants. Let's see if he gets something going here. Back to Hartman at the 3 line. You know they want to get their 3 game going, Gary. They haven't quite yet.
Well, right there, bingo.
See, I kind of like saying things like that. I feel like I'm actually telling people something.
Right, especially when it happens, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it's 20-14 Volcanoes, 5:10 left. Bledsoe with the steal, but no deal. That was a little bit of a block by number 4, Hassan Stewart.
Well, they're just playing a lot more aggressively and really in sync. You know, they are playing their game.
Definitely, Gary. And the Volcanoes will inbound the ball. 5:06 left in the first quarter, and we got a substitution. Brad Lechtenberg, last week's X Factor,
Correct.
number 1,
And
in
there he
for
goes,
number 3
right
Pip.
there, 3 points.
The Lechtenberg launch, Gary,
Absolutely.
right off the bat. So there's the 3 game. They've hit 2 in a row. Let's see if they can get this thing pedaled to the metal, Gary, right?
Well, absolutely. 9-point lead right now, which isn't much in the IBL, but they've scored the last so many points. Oh, nice try by Andre Murray.
The ball batted around a little bit, but it is controlled by number 4, Hassan Stewart. So he's pulling the ball back out and see if they can run some offense. Nowhere to go in that middle, Gary. There was 4 Volcanoes who collapsed on him
They're
there, and
denying
that's
the
real
paint.
nice. Yeah, Greg with the 3, no good. And now here comes Andre Murray. He just seems to be around the ball tonight. Very nice look. It's a backdoor. Devin Yuskowski, the recipient of some very good ball movement by the Volcanoes.
Right now, man, I'm liking the way they are playing. They are just on fire and playing their game.
It looks real good so far. 3-point attempt by the Hot Shots. And now it's Hassan Stewart with the miss. McKenzie, another rebound. Here comes Murray. And let's see what happens. Lechtenberg wants another one. He's getting greedy. He's getting greedy, Gary. He hit his first 2.
Well, I'm glad he heard me from the first home opener.
Well, and the other thing he did, he didn't listen to your advice with the white T-shirt anymore. So the Volcanoes, they're starting to stretch this thing out. Let's see what it looks like. And your score with 3:44 left in the first quarter.